They didn't expect her to lead, and they definitely didn't expect her to conquer. But Queen Amina of Zazzau was never meant to be predictable. She was meant to be remembered, not just as a ruler, but as a force. Before colonial powers drew borders across Africa, before maps were rewritten and histories were distorted, West Africa was already thriving. Powerful kingdoms, bustling trade routes, cities filled with merchants, scholars, and warriors. Among them, the Hausa city-states, a network of influential kingdoms in what is now northern Nigeria, and one of those kingdoms was Zazzau. Amina was born into power. Her grandfather was a king. Her mother, Queen Bakwa of Zazzau, ruled with strength and intelligence. So yes, Amina had access to influence. But access is not the same as authority, especially for a woman. While others expected her to prepare for palace life, Amina chose a different path. She trained, not casually, not symbolically, seriously. She studied warfare. She learned strategy. She rode horses into military drills. She observed commanders. She listened. She absorbed everything. And over time, she didn't just participate. She stood out. By the time she reached adulthood, Amina had already earned something many rulers never do: respect from soldiers. She wasn't just a princess. She was a warrior, a leader in training, someone who understood that power isn't given, it's demonstrated. After her mother's reign, Amina's brother took the throne. And Amina? She stepped into a powerful role, military commander. Let's pause there. A woman leading troops in the 16th century. That alone breaks the narrative most people were taught. This wasn't ceremonial. Amina led real campaigns. She organized troops, she planned movements, she understood terrain, and most importantly, she won. Victory after victory built her reputation, not just within Zazzau, but beyond it. When her brother died, Amina rose to power, and everything changed. Because Amina didn't just want to rule Zazzau, she wanted to expand it. Under Amina's leadership, Zazzau transformed into a military powerhouse. She led her armies outward, campaign after campaign, conquering neighboring territories, securing key trade routes, and building something far greater than a kingdom, an empire. This wasn't random conquest. This was strategy. Control the land, you control the trade. And in West Africa, trade meant everything: gold, salt, textiles, goods moving across regions and deserts. Amina understood economics through power, and she positioned Zazzau at the center of it. But here's what makes her legacy even stronger. She didn't just conquer, she secured. Every territory she took, she fortified with massive defensive walls, stone, earth, structure. These weren't temporary defenses. They were permanent statements. This land is protected. Today, remnants of these fortifications are still known as Amina's walls. Let that sit for a moment. Her impact, still visible. Now let's be honest. History doesn't always treat figures like Amina fairly. Some accounts are fragmented, some stories blurred, because when powerful women rise, especially in African history, their narratives aren't always preserved the way they should be. But even with that, her name survived. Amina's reputation spread across regions, not just as a ruler, but as a military force. Her enemies knew her allies respected her, and her presence alone shifted power dynamics. For decades, Amina ruled, expanded, and defended. Not briefly, not symbolically, but consistently. She wasn't a moment, she was an era. When we talk about Amina, it's easy to focus on the battles. But her true legacy is infrastructure, strategy, economic influence. She didn't just win wars, she built systems that lasted. So what does it mean to remember Queen Amina? It means recognizing that African history is filled with powerful leaders long before colonial narratives took over. It means understanding that women have always led, even when history tried to minimize them. And it means acknowledging that power has never looked just one way. Queen Amina didn't wait for permission. She didn't shrink herself to fit expectations. She expanded them. And if you didn't know her story before, now you do. And if you want more stories like this, the real ones, the overlooked ones, the ones with receipts, make sure you're tapped in. Because over here, we don't just tell history, we bring the receipts.